Hello everybody and welcome to race 6 of the P1 League from Monza in Italy. This famous circuit is one of the fastest on the F1 calendar. In delicious hot track conditions today and 25-degree air temperature, this should be an interesting race. Let's have a better look at the track. This 3.5 mile circuit contains 2 DRS zones and 11 corners in some of the fastest straights in the racing league. Let's get down to the track, ready for qualifying. It's Warren. So as he comes up to turn 1, we'll take over his camera view. Hard braking turn 1, straight into turn 2 at the first chicane. On the power as early as you can. Maximum throttle all the way around turn 3. And moving tighter to the right hand side. Getting yourself a nice little run around turn 4 into turn 5. Hard on the power, little dash down, braking it just after the 50-meter marker. Turn 6, Lesmo R. And then Lesmo 2, again, little bit of braking, full on power, getting as much curb as you can over the DRS line. Into the curving back straight. Under the bridge. Hard braking into the legendary Ascari chicane. Into turns 8, 9 and 10. And on as much speed as you can getting out of the Ascari. Moving over to the left hand side of the track, getting yourself the best line you can for turn 11, the final corner. The famous Parabolica. Traction down as quickly as you can find it. Get yourself out onto the home straight, over the line, on the other DRS line. Let's follow along with him and see how he does. This is the first guy out on a flying lap. We also have J-Luke following out on a flying lap. In fact, nearly all of the drivers are actually on their out laps now, with the exception of Pro Mayhem and Little Gnarly. Can anybody in this race manage to start clawing some time out of TimmyWhereToNext, who's got a very commanding lead in the championship? And by proxy, therefore, the Renault's having a large lead in the Constructors' Championship. As he comes down now, penultimate straight. So many cars out on their fast laps. We're going to have to really work out who's where on the track to see who the second cars over the line are. And now Warren comes around 117, 118, 119 to 120.5 on the mediums. Stu's coming through to finish his first lap. 119.79. Puts himself up at the top of the order. Ronzu to the 119.0. Takes the lead. Let's follow along with Olex, who's just finishing up his lap. He's a replacement driver in for the day. Very wide around the exit of the Parabolica there. The 120.0 puts himself at a P6. Lots of drivers coming through. Pro Mayhem now coming down to the back straight. And man, everybody was out quick for that. It was almost impossible for him to keep up with how many cars were on track. Little bit of oversteer coming out of the Ascari there. Little correction required. Going to cost him a little bit of time. We've got a lot of more drivers trying the medium tactic here than we did in the previous race with the P2s. 121.7 puts Pro Mayhem up in 11th. And right now it looks to me like everybody should be on their in laps, with the exception of J-Luke and the Bruh, who are on out laps. The Bruh now, he's also out on a flying lap, this time out on softs. Team Renault dominance continuing through the season. after transferring to Renault after race one. A bit scrappy coming out of Ascari there. Not going to have helped his time. Won't have cost him too much time. He looked like he maintained his line well enough. Now let's see, where does he put himself? Puts out the P3 with a 1:19.4. Vihan's all the way down there. He's got KV Lion, looks like he's directly behind him too, out on a fast lap. So let's wait to see what those two come up with. He seems coming around the back of the Lesmo there on your screen. Timmy's also out on a flying lap right now, although he does have some traffic in front of him. So Sully. Let's have a look. $1:19.5 for Vihan, puts himself up to P4. Gnarly looks like he's the next one. Where did KV Lion come through? To P2 with a 1:19.1. Gnarly coming through to finish out his first lap. He's going out on the mediums. Ooh, a little bit scruffy going around the Parabolica there. 1:21.1 puts himself up to P13. Let's go with Sully. Sully comes around the final corner now. Puts himself up into P5. Remains in P5 with a 1:19.3, sorry. Pole time should be just in the 1:18s, I would be thinking. Timmy's pushing hard on these. Championship leader. The Brut also out on another fast lap by the look of things. I'm sure he's going into the pits. Timmy now with a 0.6 of a second up on his fastest. This is the lap where he wants to do it. Although I think he may have done 2 laps on these softs this thing, which is going to make it very hard for him to maintain those during the race. Here we go. Where is he going to come out? A 1:19.4 puts us up at a P6. Hindle looks like he's out on a fast lap. He's coming down the penultimate straight. We've got 6 minutes left in this qualifying session. Looking to improve on a 1:19.6. He's got a 1:19.4. Improves on his time, jumps himself up to P7. Let's follow along with Warren then. Warren now down the back straight, getting the in-camera view. Yellow flag in sectors 2 and 3. Not sure what's happened there. Oh, that's what's happened. There's a backwards Alfa Romeo there. So watch out in case he gets himself disqualified. Here we go now. Warren coming around the Parabolica. 1:17, 1:18, 1:19, 1:19.5 puts himself up to P10. Amazing. All the top 8 drivers inside the fastest time of the P1s. Vihan having a bit of a struggle there with the car coming out of Ascari. Vihan, Pro Mayhem and J-Luke all out on their fast laps right now. Let's see. A 1:19.3 puts Vihan up into P6. Following along with J-Luke as he hits the back straight. Timmy's also out on a flying lap too. We'll be jumping over to him shortly. Although he's hit quite a bit of traffic there. I don't know if that slowed him down at all. As we approach the Parabolica. 2 minutes left in this qualifying session. A 1:19.1 puts J-Look up into P3. Currently an AlphaTauri lockout in row 2. Going with Ronzus. As he comes down the home straight looking to improve on his time. You've got Sully in front of him. I think he's on an outlap. This has been absolutely frantic, this qualifying, keeping up with everybody. Ronzus with a 1:18.4. Let's take a quick look with Hindle, who's coming around his lap. Currently sitting in P10 with a 1:19.4, exactly 1 second off the lead. Time is up, so whoever's on the track now, you've got only this much time to continue your laps. What an absolutely smashing qualifying time from Ronzus. KV Lion sets a 1:18.9. Debris sets a 1:18.8 to go P2. Needle now comes round. 1:19.3 puts himself in P6. Sully just coming around the corner for the final time. He's improving on his time too. The track seems to really be coming to these cars right now. With a 1:18.9 puts himself up to P3 just ahead of KV Lion. Right, okay, so we got Ronzus finishing first, Debris second, Sully third, KV Lion fourth, Stooge fifth, J-Luke sixth, Hindle seventh, Mickey's eighth, Vihan ninth, Timmy in 10th, Warren 11th, Olex 12th, Pro Mayhem 13th, A Little Gnarly 14th, Soccer Monster 15th, Hendo 16th, Jern 17th, and Little Spark getting disqualified from the session, starting from the back of the grid. It's race day here at Monza, and thanks to another awesome qualifying, Ronzus continues his attack on the front runners. The pressure is mounting on both Sully and Timmy in order to keep themselves competitively ahead. Another hot day, and we are looking for some exciting racing. The drivers are now forming on the grid, so let's get ready for the formation lap. And here we go, they're all off on the formation lap. But just giving you a quick run through of the positioning. Ronzus and Debris make up row 1. Sully and KV Lion on row 2. Stooge and J-Luke row 3. Hindle and Mickey's row 4. Vihan and Timmy row 5. Warren and Olex row 6. Pro Mayhem and A Little Gnarly row 7. Soccer Monster and Hendo for President row 8. And Jern and Little Spark turning up the rear on row 9. Getting those tyres nice and warm. We do know the one stop is the way to go on this. We only have 3 drivers in this race going on mediums. Everybody else going softs. Of course, everyone from P11 down to P18 are on fresh softs, whereas the other drivers are all on their worn tyres from qualifying. Can Timmy make it back to the front of this race to extend his lead in the championship, or will somebody start clawing out into there? With no Streeb available to race today, then I'm afraid that Sully is the only close driver to him. And even Sully's a fair distance away. And the Renaults are absolutely running away with the Constructors' Championship. But this could be the race where Ron Zeus really stamps down his claim in the championship. Bring himself right back into it. The Bra is also competitive. I don't think he's happy just to sit there and being told he's Renault number 2. I don't think anybody likes to be told they're a number 2 driver. Right, everybody, as we get ready for the start. Cars lining up on the back of the grid. Here we go. And they're off. Fantastic start from Sully by the look of things. He's right behind Ronzus. Also a really good start from KV Lion and J-Luke in the Alpha Tauris. Lots of shuffling going on. We're going to have to wait to see how this pans out and settles down. And then we'll give you a rundown of the order. Soccer Monster picks up a corner cutting penalty. Okay, as we get to the halfway point in the first lap, things start to be settling down and even. Ronzu still out in first, KV Line second, Sully third, J-Luke fourth, Bra fifth, Mickey sixth, Stooge sixth, Warren... Oh, I've missed somebody there. Stooge seventh, Warren eighth, Hindle ninth, Timmy 10th. Relentless action going on right now. Little Spark already up in P14 from the back of the grid. He'll definitely be looking to improve on his situation. Hindle jumps Warren, keeping an eye to see where the close action is. But in the early stages of this race, Mickey's, as he's right in the middle of quite a tightly packed bunch, as you can see just in front of him, Sully taking a little look at Lion. Some action going on back there. Warren jumps over Timmy, so he reclaims his 9th position. Olex and Hendo battling over 11th there. Spark, Soccer Monster and a little gnarly are already in the pits. There must have been a big coming together there. All at the back of the grid. Spark's day just goes from bad to worse. Vihan's right on the back of Hendo. You can see back there. Is he going to get him? No, he doesn't. DRS is going to become active at the end of this lap. So suddenly we're going to see lots of chopping and changing now. When we get into this home straight here, who's got the better run? Down the lines. The Bra looks like he's right on the back of J-Luke. Hindle jumps Stooge there, as you can see in the back of the picture. But now this is where it gets interesting because the DRS is open. We'll see lots and lots of changes happening now. Ronzus has already pulled out a 2.2 second lead out on KV Lion. It's very comfortable if you're Ronzus. You're now in control of the race at your own pace. Knowing that nearly everybody, the only guy is Jern who's capable of doing a one-stop strategy right now on the mediums. So everybody else is on the same strategy as you are, or they've already pitted. So if you're Ronzus, you should be feeling quietly confident by now. But here comes the DRS. Wait till we get to the home straight, because this is going to be an absolute chaos going towards turn 1. with everybody. We've got about 6 cars separated by about 3 seconds between them. Rolling from P2 down to P8. But if you're Sully could be using this as an opportunity to be catching into KV Lion. He's not. Everybody getting their DRS. Vihan overtakes Olex to take 11th position back. But a lot of these cars will be thinking to themselves, what do you do here? Because if you try and making a move and you don't stick the move, there's going to be someone right behind you just ready to snatch it away. Again, we're sitting here with Mickey's following him as he's in the middle of the pack, trying to get as wide a view as many of these cars as we can. The Bra picks up a 3-second penalty. He's not had a fantastic start of the race, dropping down from P2 all the way down to P5. We'll have a look at Sully in the other Ferrari. See if he can start making moves on KV Lion. But he's in this kind of Alpha Tauri sandwich right now where he's... if he's going to make a move, he's got to stick it, or J. Luke is going to be all over him, wanting his lunch money. Currently we're in formation flying. Nobody deviating from position. But this could be it now. Sully's right on the back of KV Lion. Coming into the home straight. Takes a little look. Just sees how far out he is. Gets his braking point correct. Superb run he's got here. Now let's see. Goes out wide. There's an Urs battle going on here. Looks like Sully's going to just have him at the end of the straight. He does. Superb move from Sully there. Puts himself up into P2, and now is he going to start chasing down Ronzus? Has he been being held up? Or is this just going to be a momentary position change? Well, KV Lion is right in the back of him right now. As we get to chicane 2, and he retakes the position. There's Sully back down to P3. KV Lion in P2, and J. Luke drinking exhaust fumes out of that Ferrari. He's so close. Himself in a Ferrari sandwich, while Mickey's has overtaken the Bra, so Mickey's is now in P5. Yellow flags in Sector 2. Timmy's now up to P9, as Warren seems to have had some kind of issue. Dropping all the way down to P15. And that unleashes Timmy to start chasing down Stooge. But now, are we going to see another overtake here? These Alphas and these Ferraris. The battle of the Scuderias is going on right now. Sully again, round the outside. Going to be nose in front. Oh, we are very, very close there. And J-Luke very close to taking a position out there too. Is J-Luke going to be able to get around the outside? He's probably cut off by his own teammate from actually making the move on the Ferrari. Some very aggressive yet clean driving going on here. I didn't see any contact. Oh, I say that. I feel like there was a little bit of contact there between J-Luke and Sully. J-Luke up the inside. I don't think he's going to have it on that line on that corner. But Mickey's could be ready to pounce on this on J-Luke. In the meantime, it's buying KV Lion plenty of time. Mickey's has got past J-Luke on track, but is he going to maintain it into the corner? He isn't. J-Luke back into position. This is an absolutely demon scrap. This is the battle from P2 leading all the way down to P8. 3 cars astern at the back there, with the Bra losing another position out. Hindle now moves up to P6, Stooge in P7. I'm going to move myself down to Mickey so we can get a better view on everybody's position. Now Stooge holds on to P6 from Hindle. But is he going to hold off the Bruh, who's also coming around that corner? He does. But Timmy's right on the back of the Bruh now. So watch, Timmy's just taken the Bruh. So Timmy now up to P8, championship leader. I'm going to follow along with him a moment as that unleashes him now. Is he going to start eating into Hindle? We're on the 8th lap of 27. We should be looking somewhere in the region of around lap 12 to be kind of the average pit stopping time for these soft runners. Could be anywhere really between lap 11 and lap 14. Lap 14 we're probably be pushing it too far, but it'll give you a much easier ride out on the mediums. If you go any earlier than lap 11, you should be going onto the hards. Pro Mayhem picks up a penalty there. Looking up in front, there's a couple of looks happening, but nobody taking anybody. Sully's right on the back of KV Lionel as we come into the home straight. Easily up the inside, all the room in the world. Much easier to take there. The real winner out of this is Ronzus, because while all this scraps has been going on, he's now 6.7 seconds out in the lead. I would not be batting against Ronzus to win this race right now. It's where the smart money is. It's his to lose. In the meantime, Vihan has got ahead of the two Renaults and is now back up in P8. So while those Renaults were scrapping, Vihan's managed to sneak around the outside in the Williams. As we approach the end of lap 9, just to run through the order. Ronzus in P1, Sully P2, KV Lion P3, J Luke 4, Mickey's 5, Stooge 6th, Hindle 7, Vihan 8, Timmy 9, Brett 10th, Pro Mayhem 11, Olex 12, Hendo 30, Joan 14th, Lil Spark 15th, Soccer Monster 16th, Warren 17th, and Gnarly and Larson 18th. Look at that though, that's the between 2 and 10. 9 drivers. Oh, and the first guy to go in is Sully, which unleashes everybody else. Let's take a look to see where Sully comes out the pits. Softs go off, mediums go on. Woo! Unsafe release, gentlemen. The Bruh also goes in, Stooge also goes in, and Olex and Hendo also go in. Sully then comes out in P10, and the best news is, because everybody else went in, he comes out in clear track. So let's jump along with KV Lion, who's now in the pits, and see where he comes out in comparison to Sully, who's his immediate competitor. This puts Jern now up into P9, P8, P7, and Ronzus is also in the lead as well. I didn't spot that. Jern up into 6 on his one-stop strategy, doing it the opposite way from mediums to softs. Sully comes out just in front of KV Lion, so no real advantage gained. He's probably made himself 0 improvement over the position. So the undercut evaluated to nothing. Ronzus comes out in P7. And he's 6.7 seconds ahead of Sully. So Sully has eaten a little bit into Ronzus' time during the pit stops. I'm going to move up a moment. I'm going to take a look at Hindle, who's tracking down Vihan. This is currently the battle for provisional first, second and third. All the top 5 drivers, top 6 drivers even, are yet to stop. It'll be interesting to see if these guys decide to go in this lap, which is probably... This lap or next lap is probably the optimum lap. I would say next lap actually, for getting the best balance on the mediums. But all 3 of the front runners go into the pits. So let's roll along with J Luke. Timmy now goes provisionally into the lead, as Timmy, Pro Mayhem and Jern are now the only 3 drivers yet to have made a stop. But Ronzus is still ahead of Jern, so Ronzus must have overtaken Jern on that last lap. J-Luke comes out behind Mickey's. So the undercut marker is that lap, but will they have better tyres come the end of the race? That's the question. But we still have 3 drivers yet to make a stop. In TimmyWhereToNext, Pro Mayhem and Jern. And Timmy's pitted, so let's go and check in with Timmy. As has Pro Mayhem behind him, leaving Jern the only guy now on the track yet to have pitted, and he won't be pitting for a few laps. So Ronzus reclaims the lead, but now where is Timmy coming out? He's back behind the brakes, back behind Hindle. So Timmy comes out in P11 and Pro Mayhem in P12, but bear in mind Jern in P2 is yet to still pit. But we're going to go back with this battle here for P3. Now one thing I will state is these cars are actually a little closer to the leader Ronzus than they actually were prior to the pit stops. I don't know whether that's because Ronzus is just taking it a little easy mid-race. Rest off a little bit, get a bit of energy back. But look how close that is. That pack there is all the way from 3rd down to 11th. Hendo has overtaken Spark as Spark has gone into the pits now. He's onto mediums. Is he going to come out in front of Soccer Monster? Oh, Soccer Monster is also going to the pits, so I'm pretty sure Spark's going to come out before Warren. It's open to DRS. Can Sully start to eat into that time? The thing you know about Sully is he's not going to get many penalties in the race, so him applying pressure to you from behind is often enough to get himself the win without having to overtake you. As you falter and make mistakes while he just stays smooth. Now, we're going to stick with this fight for a duration because this is really where the action is, when the points can be won and lost. Although we're keeping an eye now, we're on lap 15. I'm assuming we're going to see Jern coming in either the end of this lap or the next. I would say the sweet spot is probably lap 16, but you couldn't get away with coming in at the end of lap 15. Just judging by the times given by the other individuals, because you should sort of be 2 laps less than was optimum for the guys who started on softs. But nobody really making a dent into each other right now. Timmy currently sitting outside the points until Jern makes his pit stop. But Ronzu seems to be pulling away from everybody now. The Brad picks up a 3-second time penalty and a little gnarly. It's out of the race. Hendo picking up a 3-second time penalty. As Jern goes into the pits. Sully now tries the run up the inside. Of the outside, sorry. But I don't think he's going to have the position to be able to do it. Mickey's is right on the back of him too. See, when you make a choice to make the move, you have to be sure that you're going to make it, or at least not commit yourself too much, or the car behind you is going to just eat you up. I mean, these 4, there's barely a second separating 2 to 5. Here we go. Has he got it? They are absolutely neck and neck going down this straight here. It's going to be about who can brake latest. Sully concedes, which is a smart move because I feel like there was going to be absolute danger. Stooge now moves above Hindle into P7. Jones sets the fastest lap with a 1:22.1. And Stooge regains that position on Hindle, moves himself back up to P7. But we're still sticking with these guys because this is where the real action should be. Although having said that, if we take a look down, Stooge, Hindle and the Brat and Timmy are all very close now too. But Mickey's right on the back of Sully there. And J-Luke just on the back of him. Is he going to be able to get him on the straight? J-Luke having a fantastic straight here. As he saved up a super amount of hours to make a big move. But he takes Mickey's. He goes round the outside now. Sully, I don't think that's going to help him too much. It's a slower line going around the outside of the Parabolica, and he loses the place back to Mickey's when doing so. Slightly too greedy there from him. If he'd have just tried to take the one place, I think he would have stuck it. But now... Oh, but he's got back past Mickey's on the DRS straight down the home. And Vihan is now also right on the back of Mickey's. Mickey's under a lot of stress right now from the overtaking cars. Originally the Alfa Tauri and now the Williams. Let's just take a look from J-Luke's position rather than Sully's. As he's kind of middle of this pack of 5 right now. The pack of 4 is now developed into a pack of 5. And the real winner at this is Ron Zeus, who's now 9.4 seconds out in the lead. Just over 8 laps left in this race. Hindle overtakes Stooge again. Those two are having a fantastic battle for P7 and P8. Sully, Mr. Smooth, picks up a 3-second time penalty. Well, anything can happen in Formula 1, and there you see it. Pro Mayhem also picks up a 3-second time penalty. And Jern is out of the race. He's retired. And there's a virtual safety car out on track. As Mickey's and Vihan had a very big scrap. It's getting very scrappy going into turn 1. Hendo picks up a 5-second penalty for speeding in the pit lane. And as we get back into the racing here, Sully has now taken P2. J-Luke has taken P3 and Lion is now down in P4. And big switcheroo there. I've just been hearing from the pit crew that Warren has suffered with an issue with his ERS button is jammed on and he basically can't race because he has no ERS, so that's why he's not able to keep up with the rest of the pack. Technical error there down at the Williams. After the interesting news of hearing about the Williams takeover this week. KV Lion retakes from J-Luke. Hindle retakes from Stooge. And Stooge and Hindle are having an amazing battle. But the Br's now nabbed a space out of Stooge too. So that could end that battle that's been going on. Timmy's overtaken Stooge. What's up here? Has Stooge had a problem? Or has he just left a little bit too much space open on one of the corners and everyone's creeped through? let's follow along because Timmy's now eating into Bruh. Vihan has overtaken Mickey's back up in the battle at the front, putting the Williams up into P5. Timmy here desperately trying to get some points back in this race. Soccer Monster has retired from the session. Yellow flag in sector 3. Beautiful camera shot there we got from the helicopter guy. As we see the Parabolica in its fine glory behind all those trees. We've got 6 laps left in this race. But Vihan's still fighting for it. And Mickey's has overtaken J-Luke, but J-Luke's regained his position back. Let's just take a quick look up here and see what's going on. Because this battle that's been going on for these places has just not stopped. Ronzus, start to finish, has been in the lead of this race now, 10 seconds up on Sully. A couple more laps and he can kind of put it into cruise control. Timmy has dropped down to P11. Stooge and Pro Mayhem overtaking him on the after the first chicane. Wow, what's happened there? We're going to take a quick look down with this battle with Stooge and Pro Mayhem as they're going to come into a real battling point here around the Parabolica. Well, this will have made the championship really wide open if Timmy fails to score any points. Timmy there is going upside of Pro Mayhem. He's got past him. So Timmy's back into the points in P10. What an action-packed group this is right now between Hindle in P7 and Pro Mayhem in P11. And Bruh could be well on to catching Hindle very, very shortly. Maybe not on this straight, but certainly when we get onto the home straight. Vihan picking up a 3-second time penalty there. And Warren setting the fastest lap of the race with a 1:21.4. If he can maintain that, then he'll be happy, because at least that will have made something out of this race. After we've heard about his technical issues. Now, has the Bruh got the run? We're looking at the wrong car here. Hindle stays in front, but he bumps over that thing, which will make him a bit slow coming out of the turn. I'm going to just move it to the Bruh's position so we can see a bit better, because these three are absolutely side on side. Sully's had something happen to him there, where both of the Alpha Tauris have just overtaken. And now Sully down in P4. And we're just within the 4th last lap. Stooge picks up a 3-second time penalty. Hendo has DNF'd the session. The Bruh picks up a 3-second time penalty. I'm going to move us up to Sully a second. See if he can get a move back in down this home straight. Because I feel a lot of it is to do with the quality of the tyres that they're currently on, combined with the DRS. And if you haven't got DRS, it makes it a gargantuan problem. Oh, a little bit of a scuff there, but seems to have got more traction out the corner than J-Luke. Is he actually going to catch him? It's going to be neck and neck going around turn 3. Nope, not quite. Yields it. Waits to fight another day. Stu just dropped down now to P11 while... Oh no, he's fighting with Pro Mayhem over P10, but Timmy's now up to P9. With less than 3 laps to go, this race is far from settled, unless your name happens to be Ronzus. Flip on that cruise control button. Put on the music and relax. You're 13 seconds clear and everyone behind you is scrapping. Now here we go. Most of the overtaking so far has happened on this home straight, so let's see what's going to happen this time out. Sully looks very close to J-Luke this time, but they'll both have DRS. The thing is has he reserved enough ERS to actually eat into it? No, he hasn't. The bruh has gone into the pits. Something must have happened. He must have had some damage or something. Puts himself down to P11. Timmy now up to P8. Stooge P9. Pro Mayhem P10. So the bruh's going to come out, put some softs on, go for a fast lap. Timmy picking up a 3-second time penalty. That's again very unusual. Shows you how much he's had to fight this race. As we come to the Ascari for the second last time in this race. Mickey's right on the back of Sully this time. Those Sully and J-Luke's tyres are going to be very different in age right now. Sully's are older than all the other cars around him. I'm wondering if that's starting to bite him in the back, because he doesn't seem to be able to eat into the Alpha in front, and Mickey seems to be very close to catching him behind. Looking in the background there, Timmy's right on Hindle. Is Timmy going to take Hindle on this straight? He does. Didn't actually see the overtake, but if you look at the back of the screen, you can see Timmy just in front of Hindle coming out of turn 2 there. Mickey's really looking for an opportunity to get around his teammate Sully. But this Scuderia battle that's been going on all race between the 2 Alphas and the 2 Ferraris looks like the least funded of the 2 teams is going to come out on top. But it's the last lap. I'm going to switch over to the leader, Ronzus, who's pulling up to the final corner in the Parabolica to take down his second race of the season. We led through qualifying, led from the start of the race all the way to the finish. A little wiggle for the fans. Crosses the line in first. KV Lion heading the pack. Now let's see if there's going to be any penalty changes to this. So we'll let them all cross the line and then we'll see. KV Lion second, J-Luke third, Sully fourth, Mickey's fifth, Timmy sixth, Stooge seventh, Vihan eighth, Hindle ninth. Pro Mayhem coming through to pick up the final point. Little Spark coming through, just having a horrible afternoon for himself. Coming through in 11th. The bruh, has he made a fastest lap out on these tyres? He has, a 120.7, picks himself up a point. Olex in his first race as a reserve coming through. Well done, sir, you've raced well. It's a competitive field, so it takes time to adjust to the speed of everything. Congratulations, sir, well done. And finally Warren, who's had an absolute disaster of a day. ERS problems all the way through. finishes in 14th with the rest of the field failing to finish. Lil Spark, despite his horrible day, managed to pick up driver of the day. For his valiant effort to trying to get back to the points. But there you have it. Ron Zeus in the McLaren tops the podium. 2 AlphaTauris in second and third. That really does bring them into the constructors' pot, because they were far off the pace prior to the start of this race. So let's take a look at the classified results. Ron Zeus wins with the reserve KV Lion in second place. J Luke picking up another podium in third. Sully just outside in fourth. Mickey's fifth. Timmy with his lowest result of the season in sixth. Stooge 7th, Vihan in 8th, Hindle in 9th, Pro Mayhem picking up the final point in 10th, Little Spark 11th, the Bruh in 12th, Olex the reserve in the McLaren at 13th, Warren in 14th, with 4 drivers failing to finish: Hendo, Soccer Monster, Jern as a reserve, and a little gnarly. And let's see how this affects the Drivers' Championship. TimmyWhereToNext still holds the lead with 93 points. Sully 2 points behind him with 91 points in the Ferrari. Ron Zeus jumps right up to a competitive point now with 77 points in third. Having been absent from the race, Streeb is in fourth with 53 points. The Bruh, being consistent, is in fifth with 48 points. Vihan in sixth. KV Lion, the reserve, is in seventh with 33 points. Warren in eighth. Tied with J Luke on 30 points, and Mickey's in 10th with 26 points, with Little Spark just behind on 25 points before it dropped to the rest of the drivers. And looking at the Constructors' Championship, Renault lead with 135 points, Ferrari in second with 117 points, McLaren move up to third with 83 points, with Williams just behind on 76 points, Red Bull Racing in fifth with 66 points, AlphaTauri scoring a lot of points, moving up to 58 points in 6th. Mercedes in 7th with 36 points. Racing Point in 8th with 25 points. And Alfa Romeo in 9th with 16. Be sure to be with us for the next race as we go back across the Atlantic Ocean to the United States for the US Grand Prix. Be there.